What's going on, guys? Beautiful afternoon here out on Sanibel Island. Just a beautiful, blessed, glorious day. Beautiful fall day today. We're in the end part of a pretty big low tide, so water's kind of getting skinny in some spots, but it's gonna start rising after another hour or two in through here. And it is like the first day where it's not 9+ mile-an-hour winds in a very long time. What probably feels like several weeks, which is amazing, and just a blessing to be out here. Look, I mean, the water's really calm. Looks like somebody's got a fire going out there, but the water clarity is very good. I'm able to see very, very deep in the water today, which is great. But with that calm wind comes a lot of boats, so there's a lot of boat traffic out today. There'll be something you just have to keep an eye on. I don't blame it. It's a gorgeous day out today, so just gotta make sure I'm wise on where I'm going and make sure I'm getting out of the way of the boats. I'm heading out to Tarpon Bay. Got a trusty old paddle tail. I've got my cut bait set up as well. I've got some frozen ladyfish from the past that I plan on using, especially in this early time, with the mangroves not really being able to be utilized quite the way I normally have them utilized. I'm fishing underneath them, but with how low the tide is, it's probably not gonna work that way, which is totally fine, just part of the deal. So so far, with that water being clear, I am able to see a little better. I've seen a couple sheep's swim by. I've seen a couple snook, nothing else so far. The water is still very, very, very cold. There's a jellyfish. Let's see if you guys can see that right in there. That's cool. Let me get a little closer to him. Not too close though. Beautiful moon jelly. Look at that guy. Just absolutely gorgeous. So cool. Thank you, Lord. I actually see a decent amount of those out in Tarpon Bay and on the east side of the island. But yeah, that's the game plan today. I've got those two options today. Gonna be it's starting to warm up a little bit. It's the tail end of a cold front that we've had here, so everything's starting to warm up and people are starting to come down for the holidays, and it's starting to pick back up out here, which is good. The community needs it. It's good to see the island start to come back, so we'll see what the Lord's got in store for us today, and we'll stay tuned, y'all. Something else that is gonna be on today's video that was really fun. Yesterday I went out with my buddy Sunshine out to his place out in Fort Myers in Estero in his neighborhood, and I went kayaking in his freshwater. It's like a pond system thing, and it was so much fun. I didn't bring my GoPro out. I didn't know we were gonna be out in the kayak, but he had a great call. He said, hey, let's take the kayaks out. He said, we're gonna buy some shiners and we're gonna get some peacock bass today. And it was amazing. It was such a fun like afternoon, evening of fishing, and thankfully no alligators, even though it's freshwater, but ended up catching 6 peacock bass and 5 regular bass between a mix of the little shiner bait fish and then also using my paddle tail. So that's gonna be at the end of today's video, so that's gonna be something fun, something different. I don't normally fish freshwater like that, but that was an absolute blessing and super fun. He ended up catching a bunch too, so yeah, so look for that at the end of the video today. So just want to add that to the list as well. You never know what you find out here. I'll go to the dumpster. Little snook. Oh, decent fight. Nice. Thank you, Lord. Oh, popped off. Perfect. I got the leader. It counts. Easy release. Alright, so we made it to the shallow cut. Got some nice tree debris there. So many mullet, like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of mullet. The current's ripping in that way. Again, tide's pretty low. I'm gonna do what I can with the artificial first. Try to fish around here and try to fish in the deep spots that are available. Again, this is super, super low. And if that doesn't work, then I'll cut up that ladyfish and see what that does. I also need to make sure I don't beach myself. Wow, this is very shallow. This is like a few inches deep. There we go, a little snook. Come on, bro. Let me help you. Let me help you. See you, dude. See you, man. Trout. Actually, I lied. It's not a trout. It's a snook. Sheesh. Just an angry snook. Sheesh. Easy. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. I got you. Nope. Bro, I will let you out. There we go. There you go. See, I told you. Little guy. Peace. So just a little for your own information kind of thing. So that is Tarpon Bay Explorers over there. My mom actually used to work there part-time and had a great time there. Loved it. She was a kayak guide person. That was really cool. She loved being out here, and they're cool. They have kayak rentals. They do guided kayak tours like what my mom used to lead. And it's just a really fun spot. It's easy if you're coming in from out of town. You can also, if you have your own kayak, you can launch there for like a small fee or something like that. But yeah, really fun time. Before we moved down here, that used to be our that used to be one of our things we would do. And it was funny actually when we found out that we got the house down here back in '09, I believe. We were out here on the water paddling. I was with one of my buddies, and my parents were in a tandem kayak, and they got the phone call that the then owner of the house accepted our offer, which we were like, we did not think we deserved the house, like just the cost of it. We're like, there's no way they're gonna accept this. And by the grace of God, they said yeah. They said they accepted the offer, and as soon as they were told that from our agent, our real estate agent, all these mullets started like jumping all around them, like literally right at this exact time. It was such a cool God moment there. And yeah, crazy. I was far away. I was with my buddy Jordan, and I came back, and I was like, wait, why are you guys crying? What's going on? And they told us the news, which is just such a blessing. So fun little story there. But it's also cool. They do have, I don't personally go back there from where I go, coming from the east side. It's too long of a trip for me to get to this point, but there's a cool trail back there where you can actually go back in, and it's very like skinny, and the guided tour goes back into there, and it's really, really fun. So but then there's also these, they do also, I forgot to mention, they also do have boat tours. They do charters. I've done a fishing charter probably 7 years ago, and they're super nice people, but they do a lot of like sunset cruises and wildlife cruises, things like that with their boats. I think their boats are back up and running after all the hurricanes. We'll see, but yeah, so cool area, really fun. Something funny about that actually, well, maybe bring that up. One, first off, I'm out here by myself, which is like incredible. Such a blessing, such a cool thing. But another thing, a long time ago I was fishing out here. I think it was probably 4 years ago, and I just started really getting into kayak fishing consistently. And I went out here, and there's all these little rockery islands here, and you can see, I believe those are white pelicans off in the distance. I'm gonna try to get kind of close, but not too close to them. And I was up along these little islands here, and I was having a great time. I was chilling. I was casting at little bait fish, and this boat came by, and it was like yelling at me, like, what are you doing? I can't believe you disrespect the nature like that. I didn't know. I was like, I'm sorry, man. I'm in the water. Like, what's up? What's going on? So you didn't see the sign? I was like, what signs? These little markers, and I'll get closer to them. These tiny little markers here say, like, protected. So you're not allowed to go past them. But if you're in a kayak, even if you're in a kayak, if you're on a boat, they're a little tricky to see. Oh, another jellyfish. Hope you guys can see that. That's cool. Tons of jellies. But yeah, if you guys are fishing around here, just be smart, be careful. They have them over on Fort Myers Beach too, but they're tiny little marker things. So hard to see and hard to read too. But just for your own sake, try not to get past those markers, and you don't want to disturb any of the birds, obviously, too. So I'm gonna work my way kind of close to those. Again, I don't want to go past them, but I'm gonna try to fish along those islands there, see if there's anybody kind of trolling around. I've hooked some pretty good fish along these before, but yeah. And then after that, I'm just gonna make my way back towards the launch and head home. Sun's starting to work its way down. So those guys right there are the white pelicans I was talking about. Really cool birds. They're a lot bigger than the standard pelicans we get here, and they're seasonal. They don't, they migrate to and fro, and I think, yeah, they're definitely here more during the winter months, but they are really cool birds. People travel from all over the world to see white pelicans. So cool to be able to see them here. That's why it's protected. I know I was joking about that story with me fishing, but it's a real thing. It's it's a protected wildlife area for the birds, and yeah, didn't know that time. Now I know, but yeah, really cool. Look at all the birds. There they go. Super cool. So yeah, it's a really pretty area, really cool spot. Really cool to be able to see, especially if you love watching birds and seeing different variety of birds. Really fun there. All right, you guys, fun afternoon out here. Nice time exploring Tarpon Bay and checking out the different spots and catching the snook, seeing all the different wildlife, jellyfish, all that stuff. So I'm gonna segue now from today's trip into yesterday's trip, fishing with sunshine and catching all those peacock bass and bass. They're mostly pictures. It'll go by pretty quick, but yeah, like I said earlier, we originally were just gonna go off the shoreline. He was like, "Nah, let's take the kayak out." And so I took his kayak. He took his paddleboard, and he had a genius stroke where he got some shiners from a local bait shop, Estero Outfitters, which is a great spot. But yeah, it was great. We that was really the thing that set us up for success. So there's Andrew and there's his buddy. I think that's Scotty. I'm not sure. But yeah, so that was super cool. It was a blessing to be out there and have that time. And he, also kind of learned the secret recipe for fishing out there. The shiners were huge. Obviously, catching the paddle tails were fun too. But or using the paddle tails to catch them too was fun. But yeah, just a blessed time. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. God bless y'all, and I'll catch you guys on the next one, okay? Peace, y'all. So with peacock bass, they love the fight. They really need fast action. So you have to really have a quick twitch and quick speed when you're fishing for peacock bass, or have a live bait that's going to have a good fight to them, like the shiners did for us today. So this was the first bass that I caught. He was a little guy, but we were just sitting along um, the shorelines, basically the banks of um, the shore, and
It's a bass.
we'd be
A little
setting
variety here.
the shiner up on a bobber, and it was so cool to see how hard these fish would strike and attack. This was, like I said, the first regular bass that I caught.
Show it to the people here. I said show it to the people. A little guy.
Little guy.
Little guy.
He was a little guy, but still fun, still a good fight. This next one, though, was a monster. So I actually had a dead shiner, and nothing was biting it. And as I started to reel in the dead shiner, this guy actually came up to my kayak and chased it, and ended up attacking it. And it was just like the coolest fight. I wish I had my GoPro for it, but definitely the biggest and best peacock I'd caught all day. And then I started catching bass and peacocks on artificial, which was fun. Overall, just a blessed day, and hope you guys enjoyed it.